Kaede presses a button on AV soundboard, and what plays? Is that an invincible rainbow arrow that I hear? I think it is. And as you play it, Iris is like, Iris, do you want to sing the song? Iris, just get ready. This is the part where you come in. And Iris. Iris, you. Come on, this is the part where you go. And then you go like, she's not, she's unresponsive. Zenith Tooling, Day of Anomaly and Omalakaris View. Know me as the man who's still thriving in squad glory. But to most of the United States, welcome back to another phenomenal throwback edition of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And I ask you, are you ready for Hunger Games, a throwback of culprits and victims, except in tag team action, and how do we play around with that idea? We're looking for combinations of teams who are not survivors. We are looking for team combinations where we can make it so we have a team where there's just nobody who survived or someone who just didn't participate in the killing game. For example, Kurumi and Mai. Also, spoilers ahead for Danganronpa clearly. And Your Turn to Die. And maybe Zero Escape. Neither of these, well, I guess Mai doesn't technically, it's, you know, even if you have her survive, she still powers down, so it's sad. Your Turn to Die gets me. Rock On, your Agents of Chaos. Ibuki does not survive, and Shinya's never participated in one. The Horn Bearers, Sato, and Rantaro clearly doesn't survive. The Wolfpack going to, big yikes. And Razor, Brute Force, Sakura, and Tenko neither make it to the end. Corrupted Code, Junko, our champion, and so... Now, Junko survives. We don't actually know So's fate. Could or couldn't. Interesting. But that is why they're there. Same here. Kana. Maybe, maybe not. And Crazy Hiyoko. Unlucky Adventure Team Nagito. Bennett. Capture the moment. The champions. You know what that means. Angie. And now, neither one. Oh boy. To Be Me Chihiro. Naoto. A fairy's guide to everything magical. Usami Paimon. Kirigiri Protection Agency, Kizakura, oh poor boy, and Yui, the Bot Squad, Mahiru, and Leone. Heart Healthy Diet, we see Fat Togami, Teru, Seeking Justice Taka, Dojima, the Apothecaries back with Seiko and Sucrose, Friendly Fisticuffs, the Great Gozu and Ito, Kiss from a Rose Home, Gray, Kaie Day and Noel, Shatter Machine, Leon, Ningguang, former tag team champions, Strong and Soft, Nekomaru and Mondo, Unhealthy Obsessions, Corey's in the house, and so is Starja. Manga Mayhem, Fumi, Samugi. Grand Scheme, we see Kokichi, Quad. Offspring Gundam, poor boy, with Owain. Beauty Sleep, Chiaki, Ganyu. Sugar Daddies. Izzioi does not make it. But guys is here to help him out. Concealed Blades, my tag team Ride or Dies, Freaking Sayaka, and Aelgard. Final Gambit, Taichi, Yosuke. Sour Patch Kids, Ruruka, Mukuro. Retirement Home, Tengen, and Hisano, accessorized Muin Ranger, the Mets baby, Nane Achiaki, and Kyutaro. Kyutaro still kind of hits me hard, and then the Apothecary. No, that's wrong. Anthropology, Aiko, and Iris. And unfortunately, I couldn't put Set of Pipes in here, because their third member, their Danganronpa character, technically does survive, and that's what I want to ask you guys. Set of Pipes is a team, but they have a Danganronpa character who wouldn't fit this bill, so they couldn't participate, so I have to ask you, who do you got? First, second, and third? Pick them in the comments, but I also want you to guess. I want you to guess, because there is a third member of Set of Pipes. But I want you guys to guess who it is, and it's a Danganronpa character, so give me your best guesses in the comments. Because your comments are important, like this one, like that one, and like that one right there. I'm gonna make my picks too, after we do one more thing. As I said, the champions are here. And if the wheel does hit in 3, 2, 1, there would be a slight change. Reiko would be here. She would be inserted into the match. She would join Rock On, and they would have a slight advantage in this game. However, it's time to see if that will happen today. Or perhaps not. Let's go. And it will not. Close, but not as close as yesterday. Not as close as yesterday at all. It was close. It's still close, but like yesterday, I was like, oh. Yesterday, I was like, my gosh. I think it's time for me to make some picks though. Who are we? No, not the weird. We're still in this phase. We're not getting things rolling yet. We gotta take our time. We gotta do a slow build, and that slow build starts with me picking. I gotta pick my ride or dies. I gotta pick the concealed blades for the Hunger Games. Give me Heart Healthy Diet. Cause I don't know, I kind of just vibe with that team, I really do. And then of course I gotta go with the Mets. Always gotta love those Mets, gotta love those Mets. Love those Mets. Hit a home run, baby. Those are my picks. Who will come out on top? I don't know. But whoever does will join the tag team bracket, which, I'll be frank, is slowly filling out. It is slowly filling out. You guys do have, what, I guess, 2 teams that could bring you guys a fan vote. The champions and Manga Mayhem, who won the Meet the Teams episode. They proved tag team dominance by winning against every single team. They're the only team who can say that they've done that this season right now. However, I believe it is time to get the show on a roll. Are you ready? Well, I hope you are, because I'm about to go down here and click start round 1. We got all of these lovely, lovely folk, but only one of them can come out on top. So once again, I ask you, are you ready? You better get ready, because we're starting round 1. And Ito, my guy. Also, we gotta do one quick zoom in, because that's the appropriate, so you guys can see things a little bit better as we get ready to start things. It is round 1. And I do believe it is time to sound the horns. Oh yes. Oh yes, thank you, horn bearers. Oh yes. I'm so pleased, so proud of you. Always here, always doing that duty. Let's get the show on the road. Round 1 begins with Terry wanting this to be over already. It's just begun, my guy. It's just begun. The Great Gozu stares into the distance. Sato stares into the distance as well. Iris seems to find Aiko's presence soothing. Rantaro attempts to kill the Great Gozu, but Ito intervenes just in time. Ito had to kill Rantaro to protect the Great Gozu's life. He did so well. He did so well to protect the Great Gozu, and then all of a sudden Kana sneak attacks Ito before the Great Gozu can react. He was still shocked. He was still shocked and in awe, but now there's nothing the Great Gozu can do, and he stands alone. Man. Goodness gracious, Ito and green-haired people, apparently. Now wants this to be over already. Leonie finds a belt of Pokeballs. She has one of the most powerful items in the game. Naoto tries to kill Sucrose, but Sucrose actually retaliates, kills her instead. Elaine sizes his muscles. Mahiro was ready to defend her friend's Claude. And Kokichi get into an argument over who should be in charge. Crazy Yoko's being adorable as always. Chihiro cooking up a genius idea. Karumi looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Gaius follows Sparkles and discovers a magic wand. I mean, hopefully there's some spells left in it. Bennett ambushes Ranger, strangles him. That's not how Ranger usually does. Ranger's usually finding himself close to the top. Gundam mopes around uselessly. Kaede uses the title belt to hit Taichi from behind, leaving him dazed. Razor found a Komodo dragon. I guess it is an animal. They seem to have liking to each other. I can't say I'm taking a liking to what's going on. Tenko befriends a Komodo dragon. Back to back, Izuyoi gets mauled by wild animals. Am I perturbed? Am I upset? Am I feeling some type of way, as the kids say? Yeah. However, Hifumi does his best to avoid Tsumugi. Fatogami can't take his eyes off of Teru. Noelle got an axe, and she's about to axe everyone to bits. Ganyu has a horrible feeling in her chest. Gonta attempts to kill Kyutaro, but Nane Achiaki intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Nane Achiaki dies in the attempt. She's always trying to help everybody. Paimon trips and falls flat on her face. Sakura also finds some Pokeballs. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Mew can't help but admire her own genius mind. Tsumugi finds a dapper suit, puts it on. It's rather fetching. Ooh! Ningguang-shi feels protected by her wealth, true. Kyutaro feels like he's on the verge of snapping. Sucrose hopes she's after the Harmony body, but Sayaka attacks Claude and Kokichi from behind, murdering them both. Normally I'd be furious, but that is my tag team ride or die, so I, Yosuke picks over with Nin Kulang in various places. Leon doesn't really understand what's happening. Hisano just wants it to end already now. And Angie come at Crazy Yoko from both sides, getting rid of her. Kizakura finds, gives Yui all the various things that he's found. Yui builds stuffs out of it. It's soothing just watching Yui make these neat contraptions from scraps. The Archons see great potential in Shinyon and grant her an Electrovision? Is that right? I don't think that's right, but you got one anyway. Edelgard won't give up so easily. My challenges Teru and Hifumi to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Let me tell you, before the World Pancake Championship was introduced, Hifumi was one of those guys who did it multiple times in a single episode, but now he's got his opportunity to make this count. He has an opportunity to get that title. Tengen sees retirement home as a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. That sounds about right. So looks around for stuff to scrounge. Tharja. Corey sets down a trap. Junko gets caught in one of Corey's traps, and now all she can do is hope to be freed. Something inside of Seiko snaps. Seiko's now frenzied. Uh-oh. Usami does something really cute. Mukuro feels like Ruka slowing her down. Mukuro got rid of her partner. Mukuro. We gotta talk. Chiaki and Ganyu's fingers touch by accident. They both blush a little bit. Yui wonders if she should build a machine that makes Yakiniku. You always should. Dojima finds a shotgun and just starts thinking about the damage that he can do. Aiko just wants to be helpful. Taka eats something he shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pain. Nekomaru tries to kill Sucrose, but Sucrose is the queen of retaliations today, apparently. Kills him instead. Naito seems unshaken by any of this, and Ibuki hums a song to herself. We are down 14 and 52 remain. That's a standard deck of cards, but a not so standard Claire de Lune 4. Rantaro, Ito, Naoto, Ranger, Izuyoi, Nane Achiaki, Claude, Kokichi, Crazy Hyoko, Mai, Teru, Ruruka, Taka, Nekomaru. And we only lost 14. Did we lose any whole teams? Oh, we definitely lose. We lost the grand scheme altogether. That is quite unfortunate. However, we still have 52 players left. 52 tributes. Which one of these unfortunate souls who did not survive will survive today? I'm not sure, but we gotta proceed to find out. Are you ready? Are you steady? Have you enjoyed? I think I had spaghetti a couple days ago. How many days ago did I have spaghetti? It's this day now. It'll be more days for you. Well, I guess I can add those, days, and then that. So from when you're watching this, I had spaghetti about 8 days ago, and that's been too long at this point, so I could have it again, technically, if I wanted to. We'll see what happens. Maybe in the comments I'll be like, yo, I had some spaghetti. This is the pinned comment. We'll go to the next round. I'm tripping. Oh, we have a whole bunch of orange to start this thing as round 2 begins with Mahiru and Dojima surrounding Shinyon in the middle of a pond, but she's got the power of Electro. Shinyon electrocutes them both. Razor 6's pet Komodo dragon on guys. The beast has a feast. Poor guys. Unfortunate. Mukuro won't die like the others. Angie attacks and kills Aiko before Iris can react. There's nothing Iris can do. Chihiro doesn't really want to, but finds himself having to get rid of this now. Rest in peace to the champion. Ningguang finds a shiny red balloon. This is a dangerous place for such a poppable entity. Chiaki thanks Ganyu for being there for her. Kaie days. She feels like jamming out. The music in her guides her to AV soundboard. Wait, I need that. Wait, I know you have the musical perk, but wait, hold. Oh man, what am I gonna do without my soundboard? Leone tosses a Pokeball, and out comes Roserade, who uses Petal Dance to completely obliterate Samugi to shreds. Gundam wants to end things once for all with Paimon. Well, she bites the dust. Tengen looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Usami reminisces about Paimon and stops quietly. Yosuke runs into a tree and gets a splinter. Ouch. Trees. Even a menace in this game. Hifumi, in this simulator rather, is starving and as usual sniffs out a waffle. He almost had a pancake, but instead he got a waffle? Disgusting. Edelgard and Sayaka argue over who should be in charge. Owain was lost in his thoughts, and the next thing, this man has found a wish ring? Owain has the wish ring. Oh boy, this should be entertaining. Yui asks Kizagura if he's found anything useful. Kana just wishes he could go home. That's a vibe. That's a vibe for the situation Kana's in. Tharja polishes her ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. Junko was struggling the trap and cut herself pretty bad. Junko's now bleeding out. Uh-oh. Noelle is ready to use her axe if she has to. Taichi snaps out of it. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Sakura gets ready to toss a Pokeball at Leon and Shinyan, but they reveal themselves to be members of Team Rocket. Honestly, those two? I think they would be pretty dope members of an evil team, like an evil Team Rocket. Leon and Shinyan knock Sakura out and steal all of her Pokeballs. How you guys managed to knock Sakura out? Beats me, but good on you. Corey does his best to avoid Tharja. He's like, that's not a good option for sister. Nagito is looking out only for himself. Ganyu feels sorry for Junko and frees her from the trap. Mahiru, her corpse putrefies peacefully. Kyutaro, you too? Et tu? Kyutaro? Et tu? Really? A waffle? Disgusting. Iris sits there with a blank stare. What in the world? Sayaka's got a chainsaw. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, that's my ride or die, so I mean, that's my tag team ride or die, so I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Gozu snaps out of it. Bennett picks up her looks neat and cool lying in various places. Karumi ambushes Usami and strangles her. Poor their team. Sucrose never wants to kill everyone ever again. Gonta thinks about what he did to end up here. Hisano also has a soundboard. Wait, how? If Kaede's got it, and you've got it. What kind of Twilight Zone? Look, Mai's gone. Sato seems unshaken by any of this. In a fit of frenzy, Seiko creeps up on Ganyu, snaps her neck. Ganyu. Sweet, sweet Ganyu, rest in peace. Leon fails to grasp the gravity situation, and Buki is being adorable as always. Kizakura is just still handing scraps to you. He's like, make these things, make these things. Tenko, her Komodo dragon betrays her and kills her. That's why you never trust the Komodo dragons. Thought everybody knew that at this point. Fatsugami remembers how much he misses Teru Teru and sobs quietly. Mew tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks. It's useless, but it looks cool. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, huh, I'm really putting these two on a team together? Every time I see them in an event, I'm like, man, I really put them together, didn't I? So disappears for a while, comes back with a robe that he just found and slips it on, scattering sparkles everywhere. We lost. And it's funny that they're here because it is literally a culprit and victim team. Ladies and gentlemen, 42 are gone, 24 remain, and if you look at 42 and 24, you might say, wow, the number of alive and dead left are a palindrome. Stop that. Those don't exist. But you know what does exist? A Claire de Lune 4. Mahiru, Dojima, Gaius, Aiko, now, Samugi, Paimon, Usami, Ganyu, Tenko. Well, I guess we could look at the statuses. We lost 24. We lost a standard size game. If we lose another, we're not at half yet. We're not checking yet. Y'all don't want to see me check yet. Y'all don't want to see me check. Because I'm about to check. Probably next round. Once we get to the halfway point, we'll check. But for right now, we're going to click next round and hope that nothing terrible happens, right? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, something terrible did happen right at the start. You hate to see that. However, you do love to see this later on. As Noelle challenges Sakura to a duel, Noelle bites the dust. Those are two powerhouses battling, and I'm sure that was a WrestleMania-worthy fight. However, main event. Noelle lost it, Sakura wins. Ningguang is sick and tired of Angie being alive. Ningguang has used her wealth to put up a $20,000 bounty on Angie's head. The champion puts a bounty... Now hold on, this does have layers. She puts a bounty on the champion's head. The champion who took the title from her. Now I'll tell you what, I do like that a lot. That is pretty nice. Something inside of Chiaki drives her to fight what she believes in. Chiaki feels heroic. Gonta finds a seemingly official decree from a powerful Archon. Will he dare to hang it up? Uh-oh. With a flick of her ancient scepter, Tharja turns Mukuro into a sheep. Mukuro. Kaede presses a button on AV's soundboard, and what plays? Is that an invincible rainbow arrow that I hear? I think it is. And as you play it, Iris is like, Iris, do you want to sing the song? Iris, just get ready. This is the part where you come in. And Iris. Iris, you. Come on, this is the part where you go. And then you go like, she's unresponsive. Poor Iris. Hey, but Mukuro's a sheep and she doesn't do much. God has fought them through shiny in the distance. That might be the intro. Oh, Taichi tries to build a stick out of Tinks and Rocks and succeeds. Awesome. That's dangerous. Edelgard decides to put Mukuro out of her sheepy misery. Leon admires Ningguang's leadership. Sayaka tries to kill So, but So's Wizard has carried him away to safety. Taka's gone. Kurumi steals Taichi's tank while he's asleep. Nao's lifeless body is festering peacefully. Fumi sobs quietly. Sucrose doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Sato tries to kill Angie for the bounty, but Angie narrowly escapes. A vicious tiger charges Razor, who surprisingly shakes his paw and rides into the arena. Corey is on the verge of snapping. So shakes sparkles from the sleeves of his wizard robe at Kurumi, transforming her into a sheep. Kizakura challenges Mondo and Nagito to an anything goes pancake eating competition. Mondo eats the most pancakes and wins. Good on you, Mondo. And with great pleasure, I'm gonna put your name on here too. I think you deserve to be in this World Pancake Championship match. It is filling, and it is coming very, very soon. Kitara throws a waffle at Sato like a shuriken, it kills her. Batsugami hums a song to himself. Junko wasn't looking, fell right off of a cliff. Nagito tries to kill Ningguang, but Ningguang tries to bribe him. Nagito takes the money and then kills Ningguang. Ibuki's bigger double as always. Gundam Ultron uselessly. Tengen looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Yosuke trips and falls flat on his face. Yui's cooking a genius idea. There's a whole bunch of orange below, as Mew doesn't care much for this place. Owain ponders how best to use his wish ring. Chihiro can't help but admire his own genius mind. The Great Gozu manages to sneak attack Sakura and Edelgard, killing them both. That is my ride or die team, Great Gozu. Shinyan shakes Sakura's hand, but it was a prank. Shinyan lightly shocks Sakura, leaving her dazed. Leone toss out a Pokeball, and out comes Dave. Dave uses Fire Blitz, scorching Nagito, Sakura, and Shinyan to... Wow, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Shinyan and Sakura just had this little duel, this little hand buzzer thing, and then Leone is like, I don't got time for this. Bennett picks up, looks neat and cool lying in various places. Sasano uses this soundboard to play Dire Dogs. Iris hears the soothing music and she goes to sleep. She needed it. She was shocked and unresponsive to what's going on. She couldn't even sing her own song. But unfortunately, this music is a little too soothing and she never wakes up. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything and Seiko's frenzy finally dies down. I will tell you, this day became the chronicles of the soundboard. This day, I don't know, I feel like this day itself told its own story. And I'm gonna say, this is one of my favorite days ever, in this simulator at least. It just told everything so nicely. However, we are well past the not well past the halfway point, but after this, Claire de Lune, 4. Noelle, Mukuro, Sato, Junko, Ningguang, Sayaka, Edelgard, Nagito, Sakura, Shinyan, Iris. Well, actually, check out the 31 who are left. Why not? I'm sure you're curious. All of the retirement home, chillin'. Heart Healthy Diet still has Fatogami. Friendly Fisticuffs still have the Great Gozu. Manga Mayhem Hifumi for potentially a fan vote. And as we keep going, Corrupted Code still has So. Kiss from a Rose on the Gray has Kaye Day. Ibuki still remains from Rock On. Shorty Sleepover style is Kana. Can she do it? I don't know. She's a real samurai woman out here. Leon is still here for Shatter Machine. Wolfpack's completely in. Surprisingly enough, Strong and Soft still has Mondo. Bennett still remains for the Unlucky Adventure Team. Can they be lucky today? Offspring of Chaos trying to do their best, but let me tell you, they also still have this Wish Ring. Could come in handy. Unhealthy Obsessions completely in as well. And as we keep on keeping on, we will go down and we will scroll down and we will see the final Gambit completely in as well. Have not done much, have not collected anything, but they're just vibing out here. They're vibing. Where's My Glove? Still has Kurumi. Don't count them out, but she is a sheep, so maybe potentially count her out. KPA. Completely in. And you know that they have won together before. Can they do it again today? Beauty Sleep still has Chiaki. Kyutaro remains for the Mets. To Be Me has Chihiro. Capture the Moment still has Angie. Accessorize with Mew. Leone with the Bob Squad. And the Apothecary is actually completely in as well. And those are your final 31. Are your picks doing okay? Well, if not, don't worry. Because it is time for your... Proceed! Let's go. Next round. And as we start round 4, Kyutaro remembers how much he misses Nane Chiaki and sobs quietly. He's like, the Mets will never be the same without her. Love those Mets. Miss Nane Chiaki. Tengen finds some leather scraps is just enough to put together some rudimentary clothing and looks rather caveman-like. Ganyu's gone. Batsugami tries to kill Cell, but the wizard robe carried him to safety. Owain finds a waffle, really? Gonta decides to put Kurumi out of her sheepy misery, rest in peace to her, the animal lover too. Tharja draws a demon summoning circle on the ground, you know, for fun. Uh-oh, y'all are in trouble. Mondo, I'm surprised Gonta hasn't used the decree. Mondo tries to kill Kizakura, but Kizakura retaliates and kills him instead. So sneezes from all the sparkles coming from his wizard robe, making him levitate for a few seconds. Taichi wonders if he should build a machine to make Yakiniku. Seiko walks into a very strange machine and her molecules get all rearranged. Seiko has ghost powers. Angie wanders off and gets lost, never to be seen again. The champion is lost. She should have been walking with someone else. Leon doesn't really understand what's happening. Yui just wants to be useful, and to be helpful, she's just taking all these scraps and still just building things. Ibuki can't handle the stress of losing a teammate, and she becomes a bit more cowardly. Kori sets down a trap. Hisano wants it to be over already. Yosuke gets caught in said trap. All he can do is hope to be freed. Hifumi tosses a waffle at Tharja like a shuriken, but it misses her. Tharja then just kills Hifumi in retaliation, which, you know, fair. If you're using waffles as weapons, you gotta go. Kana finds a shotgun. Small child shotgun. Okay. Uh-oh. Gozu spots something shiny in the distance. Bennett murders Gundam in front of Owen. There's nothing Owen can do. Mew finds a bone's marrows. Razor finds a slingshot. How quaint. A well-placed shot by Razor. His slingshot hits Kaede in the head with a disorienting force. She's dazed. Sucrose can't help but feel that she's not prepared for any of this. Chiaki scans the arena looking for enemies lurking about. And Chihiro builds a tank out of sticks and rocks. It's useless, but it looks cool. Leone tosses a Pokeball. Her Pokeballs have been doing work for her. Out comes Halucha, uses Flying Press, crushing Tharja. We're down to 25, one larger than a standard size game. And after this, Claire de Lune 4. Kurumi, Mondo, Angie, Hifumi, Gundam, Tharja. We're getting close to the grand finale. I don't think we have a tank in play actually, but we do have Gonta and the Vision Hunt Decree potentially going on, and you know that can viciously change the game. Most people will get either a vision, a samurai sword. Crazy things can happen if that Vision Hunt Decree goes into effect. Will it though? With just 25 people left? I'm not entirely certain, but we can proceed to see if it happens. It could change the entire landscape of the game as we click next round, and we see a lot of red. Round 5 begins. A horrible struggle for survival is taking place, as Sucrose just wants it to be over already. Something inside of Kori snaps. Kori's frenzied. Gonta ambushes Leone and eviscerates her. Kyutaro eats the waffle. Kyutaro hates it. Seiko sits there judging him. Bennett twiddles his thumbs. Kiyotaka's lifeless body is decomposing. The great Gozu picks over look neat and cool lying in various places. Muse spots Chihiro in the distance, draws her bow. The arrow flies straight and true, piercing Chihiro's chest. Rest in peace. Ibuki sees Yosuke helplessly in a trap and promptly stabs him repeatedly with a tree branch. What a cowardly move, Ibuki. However, she is an agent of chaos. Kind of fits. Gaius, his lifeless body is writhing with maggots. Razor's pet tiger purrs softly. Chiaki scans the area, still looking for enemies lurking about. Kana reloads her shotgun just in case. Seiko shoots blast of energy from her hands at So is unable to survive the blow. Hisano uses AV soundboard but gets confident. Someone get that out of here. How dare she? Gets it confiscated for playing copyrighted music for shame. Tatsugami still remembers. Teru sobs quietly. Leon doesn't really understand what's happening. Owain doesn't want to carry on anymore. Owain's suicidal. Oh no, Owain. Yui can't stop believing that. She can't believe, rather, that Kizakura has killed someone. Kizakura does it again! Right in front of her! Doesn't really want to, but since he has to prove it to Yui, kills Seiko right in front of her. Tengen sees retirement home as a bunch of chumps to be milked, but let me tell you, they're both in the final 20. Taichi tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks and succeeds. Awesome. And just like that, there's another tank in play. 20 remain, 10 more into your saving grace picks, but for right now it is indeed a Claire de Lune 4. Leone, Chihiro, Yosuke, Seiko. And if we see here, this, I was gonna say, just looking here, there's a lot of former champions, and the only one who's not a former champion is Leone. Could that change? Not today, because Mahiru's definitely out for her team. However, we still have the potential for people to be brought back. Never forget about that. At a moment's notice, someone could be brought back. Will it ever happen in like the final 10? I didn't. Kazuichi did that, right? I think he did that with Kibo. Pretty sure he did that with Kibo. Anyway, lo and behold, we still got a couple more things to do. A couple more people to lose, 10 to be in fact. And with a tank in play, it could happen sooner than we think. Let's click next round and see if it happens immediately. It does not, but Gonta steals that tank while Taichi's asleep. Mew practice pulling back that bowstring. The Archons see great potential in Tatsugami, and he's got an Animo vision. He is about to swirl this place up. Hisano's glad that she can rely on Tengen. Can you? He's called you a chump multiple rounds in a row. Corey looks around maniacally seething. Razor gives his pet Komodo dragon a pat on the head. I'm surprised it hasn't turned on you. Sucrose wishes she didn't have to kill anyone. Owain sobs quietly. Ibuki eats something she shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Oh, you should have been. She was hiding, but she was still like, oh, delicious. The Great Gozu somehow finds a suit of metal armor, gleams it, puts it on and gleams with dazzling shine. Kizakura tries to kill the Great Gozu, but that nice armor, it always does work. Yui cooks up a genius idea. Kaede comes back to her senses. She's no longer dazed, but Chiaki surrounded by foes, but manages to turn the table on them and defeat them all. Hisano, Taichi, and Mew could only leave a scratch on her. And just like that, the tank is out of play. And a well-placed shot by Razor hits Leon in the head with a disorienting force. He's now dazed. Yui challenges Tengen to a duel. Yui bites the dust. And ladies and gentlemen, Bennett spots him shine in the distance. Kyutaro's twitching uncontrollably, and Kana wishes he could go home. We lost another 5 more into your saving grace picks. And I do believe is indeed another Claire de Lune 4. Ibuki, Hisano, Taichi, Mew, Yui. Okay. Your final 15. We're not gonna check the statuses yet, but you know who just got, and you know who your picks were, and you already know if you need more picks. It wasn't like the biggest game, but like it was a pretty big game. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it's time for. We gotta proceed. No, it's not time for your saving grace picks. We gotta get your final 10 for that. Your final 10. What are y'all doing? Y'all are tripping out here. Next round, we see Owain sobbing quietly. Kizakura thinks about what he did to end up here. Fat Togami uses a gust of wind to blast Leon right off of a cliff. He's been yeeted. Bennett, picture of looks neat and cool lying in various places. Kaede presses a button on my soundboard, and you know what she plays. Something a little perfect. I do believe she plays the perfect 10. Going to take selfies on top of his rad tank. Razor uses a slingshot to pelt Fat Togami with rocks, which is more annoying than anything, really. Kana tries to kill Kizakura, but Kizakura retaliates, kills her instead. Tengen looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. The Great Gozu stands proudly in that knight's armor, but as he was standing proudly, in a fit of frenzy, Corey creeps up behind him, snaps his neck. Apparently, he just was like, doesn't protect you from a neck snap. Sucrose hopes you have a Harmony body, and Chiaki trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking her neck as Kyutaro can't wait to kill again. We are not at your saving grace picks yet. We're not at the perfect 10 yet, in fact. We are at 11. And not a part of this final 11. Leads us to a Claire de Lune 4. Leon, Kana, the Great Gozu, Chiaki, 55 gone, 11 remain. One team, potentially, will come out on top, but it's not time for your saving grace picks yet. No tanks are in play, we only gotta lose one person, and it's probably gonna happen as we click proceed. Unless someone gets brought back to life and nobody else dies. That's a possibility. It's a possibility. Are there things in play? I do believe there's one thing that could bring somebody back. We'll see if that happens. Low odds. Next round, we will see. Round 8 begins with Tengen taking out the Pancake Champion, ambushing her, getting rid of her. Owen's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. A well-placed shot by Razor hits Bennett right in the head. Bennett becomes dazed. How unlucky for him. Corey looks for his next victim. That Togami creates a spear of air around Owen and Kizakura, keeping it there long enough to suffocate them within. Oh no. Sato's lifeless body decays silently. Gonta finds weight. And anomalous cars? Aren't those extinct? Are you extinct? Oh, I never knew. Razor gathers ammo for a slingshot. Kyutaro sizes his muscles, and Sucrose can't handle the stress, and now she's become a little bit more cowardly too. Uh-oh. Well, isn't that interesting? Ladies and gentlemen, we got 8 people left, which means it is finally time after this Claire de Lune 4. Kaie Day. Owen. Kizakura. 8 remain. Who will come out on top? I don't know. How are your picks doing? Bad? Terrible? Dreadful? Okay? Good? Impossible. But I can say if they're not doing the best of the best, or hey, if you don't have any picks left, maybe you need to make some new picks in your final eight. Maybe you need some But for real this time, saving grace picks. We still have Sucrose remaining from the Apothecary, trying to carry on for Seiko. Can she do it today? As we keep on keeping on, we also see still in for the Mets, baby, Kyutaro, carrying on for Nane Chiaki. As we keep on keeping on, we see the one and the only Fat Togami, a leader of leaders with an animo vision. Corey remains as well. He is in the house. He's frenzied. Who knows what he'll do? As we keep on keeping on, we still have Bennett. He's a little dazed, but he's ready to show the world just what he's got once again for the unlucky adventure team. Can he carry on once again? For Nagito, the retirement home still sees Tengen. He's had low-key a pretty decent game. However, without his partner, what will he do? And then there's the entirety of the Wolfpack, who's loaded, if we're being completely honest. Gonta has the Inazuman Decree, the tank, a Pet Anomalous Cars, and then Razor has Pet Komodo Dragon, Pet Tiger, and a Slingshot, and he's been going to town with that Slingshot. Everyone's been dazed left and right because of him. I don't know who it's gonna be, but it is your final 8. Technically, right now, there is a 25% chance that the Wolfpack comes out on top. However, we've seen that happen before, and we've seen those teams fail. What will happen this time? I'm not certain, but it is time to make those picks. I'm gonna make mine as well. You make them in the comments. Under your old comment, just reply to your comment, or edit your comment, do whatever you gotta do to make your saving grace picks known. I'm gonna make mine known to you right now. Give me Corey for first. I don't know why. I think unhealthy obsessions are about to come out on top. Give me heart healthy. Do I want heart healthy? Do I want the heart healthy diet? I don't. Because I want the Mets. Gotta pick those Mets, love those Mets. And then give me the Apothecary, because I think a cowardly Sucrose is going to sneak a win today. However, I do want to point out, there's 8 people left and Gonta has a tank. If he decides to use it, it could almost be game over. Keep that in mind as I say that your final 8 are all standing tall. For right now, with the same pulse as that of a samurai woman. We've been in this position before. Will Gonta do it? Will he use that tank to cause a little chaos in the final few? We'll click next round and we will see. It's the final 2. because Gonta fires the explosive round from his tank. He's been waiting, he's been watching, he's been looking. Nobody's been able to take that thing from him because he's had an army of decrees and animals at his side. He finally uses it, taking out Sucrose, Fat Togami rather, Tengen, Kyutaro, Cory in the house, and his own partner Razor, unfortunately, in its wake, and that brings us down to the final two, as Bennett just comes back to his senses. Will it be Gonta, or will it be Bennett? I don't know, but I have to tell you guys, it is indeed a terrible turnabout for Sucrose, Fat Togami, Tengen, Kyutaro, Cory, Razor. Two more, and it is between the Wolfpack and the Unlucky Adventure Team, and I have to ask you one final question. Who will it be? Gonta? Bennett. He's been dazed, he's been all over the place, but he's back to his senses, he's got his feet on the ground, and what better time to have your feet back on the ground and your senses back aligned than in the final two? However, after such a big moment, could it be Gonta who rides the momentum to victory? This is the week celebrating the season where he has his only win. Can he change that today? I'm not certain, but I can tell you it's between Gonta for Razor, Bennett for Nagito, Gonta for the Wolfpack, Bennett for the Unlucky Adventure Team. Gonta, Bennett, Gonta. We will click next round, and this may all be over, as we see nothing. Oh gosh, he's got another one! No, he put it up! He put it up in the final two. He's crazy! He's crazy! Bennett starts sobbing uncontrollably. Gonta hangs up a notice from the almighty Shogun herself. The Vision Hunt decree has commenced. Whatever happens next round, it could be game-changing. I don't know, but as we proceed, we see. Oh my goodness. Bennett has no vision. False. But this violence stirs up something deep within him. Bennett has granted an animal vision by the Archons and joins the fight. Gonta has no vision but has devoted his life to the Shogun's desires. Gonta picks up a samurai sword in the name of the Electro Archon. It is a vision versus the samurai. 1v1. And as we click next round, it may all end as we see Gonta tries to creep up on Bennett, but Bennett creates a gust of air beneath himself and he escapes. Gonta stares into the distance. Oh my goodness! Gonta feels strong enough to hit anything, but Bennett also finds the decree. Will he dare to hang it up? Bennett looks around for stuff to scrounge. Gonta puts up wanted posters. Gonta has a horrible feeling in his chest. Bennett has a dapper suit. Gonta tries to kill Bennett, but Bennett retaliates and kills him instead. Gonta, no! Bennett survived, but at what price? I think the entire world may have been rooting for Gonta, however, it was not his day. Bennett survived, but at what price? The price is this terrible turnabout for Gonta. Oh man, it hurts. That one does hurt. Oh man, I thought he had his first one since season 1. However, that is not the case. When it came down to Vision Hunt decrees, in a game where Visions, you put him at his home field advantage, if we're being completely honest. However, one man does stand out on top. And your winner, representing the Unlucky Adventure Team, somehow finds a lucky moment against the man with 9 KOs this game. He stood tall, he got an animal vision. In a battle between the samurai and the Vision Bearers. Bennett, from the Unlucky Adventure Team, takes the win. Oh, they were close. Oh, they were so close. Gonta for Razor. Oh, the Wolfpack almost had it. That hurt me a little bit. It hurt me. It hurt me. Poor Gonta. Oh my gosh. He had a heck of a game. He made the end so exciting. But Bennett was the one who capitalized. And that just goes to prove to you, it doesn't matter how good you do, as long as you're the last one standing. That's what matters. But I'll tell you, I don't think the people will forget this if there's ever a fan vote. If there's ever a fan vote, I think Gonta might owe this one. He did make this one very exciting at the end. He was like, instant 1v1. Hang up the decree. And Bennett still came out on top. If he didn't come back to his senses when he did, if Bennett did not come back to his senses when he did, admittedly, he probably would have actually lost this one. Because Gonta would have hung up the decree, he probably would have lost this one. However, Gonta comes out on top. Congratulations. Oh no, Gonta doesn't come out on top. Not congratulations to him. Congratulations to Bennett. Congratulations to Gonta for getting 9 KOs in a single game, which is also pretty much a throwback to Season 1. I think he had like 8 in a single game, which is really good. Really good for back then, because then it was just like games of just like 24. And getting a third of the competition with the standard events? That's crazy. That's wild. He's always been a heavy hitter, and he hit heavy today, and Hordley he couldn't get the win. Leone with 5 KOs, Bennett our winner with 3, Fatogami with 3, Kizakura with 3, Chiaki with 3, everyone else with 2 or less. Gonta, poor guy, but as we bring up the bracket, congratulations to Bennett and Nagito. They are heading back to that tag team finale. It's their second time there. Not in a row. Only the 2 times that they've been in, only 2 out of the, what, I think they've been together for 3 seasons? 3? This is their 3rd season together? Pretty sure. Congratulations to them. They are a fan favorite, I'll be frank. But I think the Wolfpack might be, like, a true underdog team now. In fact, they might also get the underdog perk at some point. However, congratulations to them. They came out on top, the Unlucky Adventure Team, and they will be heading on. However, we got next week to look forward to, and that's when we reminisce about Season 2. You know, Season 2, winners versus losers. That was the big theme for that season. We'll play a little homage to that season as well next week. And I'm ready for it. Stay classy. Year of the Ascent. Toon Link. Year of the Zenith. I'm always ready for it at the beginning. I'm always like, Year of the Zenith. But still, the outro is where I need to start focusing on saying Zenith instead of Ascent. And I'm gonna get that down. It's already February, and you know, we gotta focus up on now. It is very well into a new year now. Toon Link Dave, Anomaly the Anomalous Cars, Year of the Zenith, United States Aviator taking off. Once again, congratulations to the Unlucky Adventure Team. Maybe next time for the Wolfpack. Toodaloo, like crew. Thanks for watching.